As he tries on this featherweight division for size against Calvin Kattar. Kattar, the naturally bigger man, is in black. Sterling is in white.
Aljo looks noticeably thicker, though.
He looks a lot better.
Yeah, he looks a lot better. He looks way bigger, too.
Still says he walks around 174 pounds.
What he cannot do is be reckless, though. Calvin Kattar is a sniper, man.
With real one-punch knockout power. And when he thinks he has an advantage in his striking, he's absolutely lethal. The Ricardo Lamas fight is a great example of that. Oh, nice right hand by Aljamain.
Sterling said other than Arnold Allen, Kattar was the highest-ranked featherweight opponent he was offered for this divisional debut. Good check there by Kattar.
And a jab there by Kattar. Snapped the head of Aljamain Sterling back. Aljo switches stances a lot, just really trying to figure out how and when he can level change into a takedown. You guys spoke about Aljamain Sterling's back take and the walk. He's phenomenal going there. I think the most impressive we've ever seen him be was when he submitted Corey Sandhagen, who is a tremendous mixed martial artist. But when Aljo can get to his positions, man, he's as good as anybody in the world.
What Aljo's got to be careful about is rushing in.
Yep.
Because he tends to lunge forward when he makes his attacks on his feet, and that's what cost him in the fight with Sean O'Malley.
Kattar's cutting him off. This is very smart on Kattar's behalf, making sure that Aljamain Sterling is the one that's backing up. It's very difficult to change level into an attack or get off a real attack whenever you're on your heels. You got to be on the balls of your feet to change level and get the explosiveness you need in order to take someone down.
There's a single.
Big moment here for Kattar. If he can stay upright. Aljo's got a circle. There it is. Run the pipe there.
Down. He's got it. He's got it. This is huge for Aljo. Absolutely huge. And Aljo is a constrictor on the ground. He is so strong, and his grappling is so elite, so high level. His back take is about as good as it gets in the sport.
Kattar's doing a good job shoving him down towards his ankles. When you're the bottom guy, you want to get that guy down as far on your legs as you can. There's no material to latch onto. It's much easier to control someone up around the waist and the body or down below the hips, where you can get onto those shorts and control your opponent. And already Aljo's behind him.
Yeah, Calvin's very, very dangerously close to getting his back taken. All Aljo has to do is pop that head out from under that left arm, and he's behind him.
Kattar needs to reach back and go to a whizzer.
Kattar defending right in front of his corner chief by Tyson Chartier.
Back up, though. Very nicely done by Calvin. And down again.
Good job by Aljamain getting in front with that right leg.
Now Aljo's got one hook in. He lets it go. Drag him down again. Nicely done by Aljo. Again, one hook. Now he's much better. Now he's really on the back.
When speaking to Aljo earlier in the week, he said he wanted to make sure that he was taking advantage of what he felt was a massive grappling advantage.
Yes.
But Kattar was able to limit much going against him in that exchange.
Yeah, some energy expenditure, but Kattar never fully relinquished the back. Under a minute now to go, round one.
Good kick to the body there by Aljo. And Aljo has not been really cracked on the feet yet.
Yeah, Kattar 2 for 20.
Yeah, he's been actually getting off much more shots.
Yes, Aljo looks much more comfortable on his feet right now. He seems fresh. It's been a while since we've seen Aljamain Sterling, and you can see it. You know, he looks very fresh in there right now.
Well, it's just the difference between not killing yourself at 135 pounds. He just looks much more relaxed, much more energy.
Ray Longo, Miraz Dvalishvili, Dennis Bazookia in the corner of Sterling tonight. Pretty good entry there by Sterling.
Look at the speed there, how he ducked under that jab. The speed advantage is clearly on Sterling's side.
4 takedowns for Sterling in round 1. Tonight, he's a loyal guy, but he's leaned on you heavily. Dino, what'd you see there in round 1?
Yeah, that was kind of the round that we expected. So the important thing now was for him to be able to maintain the same type of pressure throughout the second and third round. The round was good than the first, but he's got to be able to maintain it. And I told him it might be tougher because he's dealing with a heavier, stronger guy now and not them little 135ers.
Pretty urgent start to round 2 for Sterling. 2
beautiful outside leg kicks.
Yep.
Now he's down on the legs.
Well, I mean, he just looks really good on the feet, too. He looks faster than Calvin. The thing about being used to fighting lighter guys, he's used to fighting faster guys. And he's moving with that same kind of urgency at 45.
That was a very unorthodox technique there by Aljamain. He was on a double leg and stepped across to hook the leg of Calvin Kattar before he ever got to an angle. And then when Calvin started to defend, he just scooped that leg out and pulled it back towards him and sat Kattar down. But right now, they seem to be stuck in a position because it feels like the moment Aljo tries to advance, Kattar, with that hand control, is going to explode back up his feet.
Jason Herzog watching intently. Kattar gives him a look to see if he might offer up a warning, but Sterling maintaining control of an ankle.
Well, he's advancing now. Now he's going to pull him onto his hip. Yep.
Yeah, he's turning.
He was able to secure that far ankle with his inside hand. Kattar had 2 hands to 1. He's got to get back to 2 hands to 1. We saw Leon Edwards do this to Kamaru Usman masterfully. Every time Kamaru got to an attack here, Leon would attack the left hand and just ignore everything else, but just focus on one hand, never allowing Usman to advance.
These fighters have fought 7 minutes. Kattar is 3 of 27 on his significant strike attempts. So Sterling at his neutralizing best here early on.
That's pretty amazing.
He shut him down.
Just completely shut him down. But again, this is world championship caliber fighter versus a guy who hasn't quite reached that level.
Sterling continuing to stay active, peppering knees to that right leg of Kattar.
And for as important as jiu-jitsu is on the ground, right here, this clinch position, grappling, is not just jiu-jitsu from the ground. It's all of this. And Aljamain being a high-level grappler and Calvin being a Brazilian jiu-jitsu blue belt is really showing in just the control and the positioning that Aljamain Sterling is having in this fight.
Also, the domination that Aljamain's showing with the grappling is making Calvin much more hesitant on the feet. He doesn't have the confidence to extend and look for those big shots.
Ooh. Sneaky combination there by Sterling. Under 2 minutes now, round 2.
But I think Calvin's success will start if he can stop a takedown. Or one clear, no, this isn't happening when Aljamain level changes. I'm meaning stop the takedown. Don't allow himself to be pushed against the side of the octagon. It'll start to make Aljamain question. Right now, everything he's doing is working, whether it's getting to the clinch or getting to a takedown.
But look at even that.
Yeah.
He's so hesitant on the feet because of the fear of the grappling of Aljamain that he can't react properly.
He hasn't stopped anything.
Right.
You have to stop something, and you need to stop the first one. If you can stop the first one, then the grappler starts to go, oh my goodness, this is going to be a much longer fight than I anticipated.
Kattar seems a little bit frozen in time on the feet. Perhaps fatigue is part of it. He hasn't been in the octagon in a couple years, but
it's fatigue from the grappling in the first round for sure. But it's also just Aljamain's much better.
Calvin's chances on the feet. Once you take down that threat of Calvin in the striking, it becomes a pretty easy fight for Aljamain Sterling.
And that's what we're seeing.
Yeah, and that's what you're seeing right now. Aljo just controlling him. And he's never been put in danger. We all talk about the Sean O'Malley fight and how Aljamain overextended himself. That only happened because in round 1, even though Aljo might have won, he worked so hard trying to get to any type of grappling positions that he was a little tired, he was a little unsure of himself, so he made a mistake. Right now, Calvin Kattar's not giving him anything that's going to cause him to make any type of mistake.
And through 2 rounds, Aljamain Sterling has secured more takedowns 6 than Kattar has landed significant strikes 4.
Guy twice every week.
And hopefully you guys can take advantage of all this gratuitous promotion you're receiving tonight in UFC 300.
I cannot believe how many of these promos I have done.
While some of you were in commercial break, Tyson Chartier said to his guy Calvin Kattar to train 532 days to get back in there. We'll see if he can let the offense go in this 3rd and final round, but already the distance has been closed.
And honestly, I love that message. Don't sugarcoat it for your athlete. You got to tell them that most times when you don't give your best effort, you regret it so badly that the moment you're back in the locker room, you start to question and cry and feel bad for yourself. And I tell my athletes constantly, you don't get to feel bad for yourself. You didn't give yourself a chance. And that's right now what Tyson Chartier is essentially telling Calvin Kattar. I want to see no tears when you don't have the ability to do nothing about it anymore. Right now you got 5 minutes to try to change this. And he's gotten taken down already.
First appearance on a numbered card for Kattar in about 4 years. As we mentioned, his last 5 UFC fights coming in, all main events. All against high-level competition, but at times doesn't necessarily look like he wants to be in there tonight, with total respect.
Told him to wake up. Coach told him to wake up. And I just don't know if he can. Aljo's doing a really good job of just smothering him.
Even right there, he tried to take the back of Aljo, and he kind of just gave up on it.
He looks a little tired. I mean, he's fatigued. He's doing something he's not completely comfortable with. He's not a grappler.
Well, we haven't seen him in 2 years.
And we haven't seen him in 2 years, but he's not a grappler. He's a striker. And he can do that for 5 rounds. You make a guy grapple for 5 rounds when they're not accustomed to it, they start to use muscles they aren't used to using, and they fatigue faster.
Sterling 7 of 12 on his takedown attempts. Soft warning from Herzog a moment ago for more action. 3 minutes to decide it.
And can I be a little bit of a Debbie Downer here? I mean, sometimes I do it.
Yeah.
Aljamain Sterling, going up in a weight class, right? Fighting Calvin Kattar. He is winning, he's dominating. But when you go up and you have the intention of trying to find your way into a title fight, I don't necessarily know if this is the way that it gets you to it. What Kayla Harrison did is what earns you a title fight. Right. You go out there and you dominate. You can dominate, but then when you got the crowd booing you, people aren't going, I want to see this guy fight Ilia Topuria.
Right.
Well, you remember what Diego Lopez did in this division no more than an hour ago, right?
Absolutely. You got to make a statement when changing weight classes and wanting to make an impact.
Sterling in complete control of this featherweight debut.
Sterling is trying to isolate the right arm, and he may be looking for an arm triangle. It looks like he is to me. He's looking for that head and arm choke, and he's looking to try to step over the left leg. He's gone over to the opposite side now.
Yeah.
Which is just control.
You know, we've seen this. We've seen this time and time again with these athletes that are so dominant in these areas that it's about the next time, right? Your intent is to be the champ. Imagine the next time you get a guy that can wrestle, right? And Evloev or somebody like that. And then you're like, oh, powerbomb! See, that gets exciting.
Now he's trying to finish.
Now he's trying to finish. Now this is good. I think Calvin's surprised. Yeah. I don't know that he expected this power from a guy coming up. I think he's surprised by the physicality of Aljamain Sterling, especially coming off an injury.
Well, we have never seen Kattar's offense muted to this extent. He's still stuck on 4 significant strikes.
I mean, completely muted. I mean, nothing significant, really. Nothing that really hurt Aljo at all.
And it sucks because this kid's going to go back and watch this fight, and we will not have said anything positive about it. But it's very difficult when this is the type of fight that we are watching.
Well, even if he plays this on mute, it's going to be disappointing.
Yeah, he'll watch and be disappointed.
Well, and the real circumstance in this fight is Aljamain Sterling at his suffocating best tonight, 8 of 13 on the takedowns thus far, coming up on 7 minutes of ground control as well.
And you know what the dark stroke here? You know what the thing that Calvin Kattar has to worry about now in his next appearance is Everybody should try to fight him like this. And everybody will try to fight him like this.
Total domination tonight by the Funkmaster, Aljamain Sterling, in his UFC featherweight debut. Here was one of the big highlights in that third and final round. Back with the official decision in 30 seconds. Stay with us.
All three judges score this contest 30-27 for the winner by unanimous decision, Aljamain Sterling.
Easy fight to score. 20th UFC fight for Aljamain Sterling. He is now a shiny 16-4, having won 10 of his last 11.